disturbing video out of Denver, Colorado, capturing a lot of attention today. We want to warn you here, it can be difficult to watch. Right now, police in Denver are investigating after video and photos show multiple cheerleaders repeatedly being pushed down by coaches and forced into the splits. Their arms are held up by fellow teammates, making each cheerleader unable to move herself out of the position. All of them cry out in pain.
No. You're just gonna make it worse. Stop me.
Need her inhaler.
So the cheer coach, assistant cheer coach, the high school principal, the assistant principal, and Denver's public schools deputy general counsel have all been placed on leave. A lot of reaction from you on our Facebook page tonight. Virginia Solis said coach should be charged with child abuse and all the others accessories to the crime. You don't force people into splits. Chanel Taylor says this is so disturbing. I literally got nauseous watching it. I was a cheerleader and we were taught properly, not forced, and learned in time. Now my 16-year-old daughter is a cheerleader and I sat her down to watch this. I just told her this is not okay. This is not the proper way to learn to do the splits. And Robert Carr says, when I trained in martial arts, one of the things we worked on was getting into a split, but no one, and I mean no one, was ever forced into position like that. It is utterly despicable. Going off script with us tonight is Jesse Leone, who's the owner and head All-Star cheer and tumbling director at Shockwave All-Stars in Rockville, Maryland. Jesse, thanks for coming on. First, when you saw this video, what was your first reaction?
You know, honestly, me and my wife saw it at the same time, and it was honestly quite disturbing. And it was actually, you know, very upsetting because we work very hard to portray cheerleading, which is our life. This is how we make our living, and honestly, the passion that we have. And when it's portrayed in a way that's honestly so egregious, it's upsetting. It's not the kind of message we want to send about our sport.
I presume that you've been doing this for some time. Have you ever seen this happen? Have you ever even heard of this happen?
Well, you know what? We've been doing this for 20 years. And honestly, you know, you see in any sport, you know, coaches that really kind of go off book and do things their way and the way they feel like they should do. That in no way happens in, I would say, a vast majority of high school cheerleading, college cheerleading, all-star cheerleading. You know, you have your gyms, you have your schools that all follow protocols. However, when you have people that are, you know, new in jobs and are kind of going off book and doing things their way, a lot of the might something like this might happen. I do think this is few and far between, though. I think that the vast majority of our sport, gymnastics, karate, all the sports that involve getting flexible, you know, are done in a slow, progressive way.
Right. So, yeah, my next question is, you know, I presume that you're not a medical expert, but doing something like this can cause damage that could take some time to repair.
Absolutely. And that's why, you know, flexibility, regardless of whether you're naturally flexible or not, requires slow and steady progress. Anything that's, you know, aimed at short, fast gains is going to be unsafe. Anything that's pushing too hard is unsafe. It should not be painful. It should be mildly uncomfortable, and slowly doing that over time, that's going to go ahead and get the result you want. And also stretching both legs, both sides the same, not just the leg that's going to help you with your, you know, stunting or your jumps, stretching the other leg so your body stays even is going to avoid a lot of injuries. Yep. And actually the flexibility will help avoid those injuries.
Really good points there. So the conversations that you think should be happening today between parents and kids, what should they be talking about? How far is too far?
Honestly, I've been showing the video to a lot of the kids, you know, with their parents, you know, saying, is it okay if I show your kids this? If you're at a high school, if you're at anywhere, and this is happening around you, this is not okay. This is not something that's safe. Anytime a kid says stop for any reason, you don't keep going. There is just no excuse for that, and definitely not pushing them to the point where it's, you know, this painful and honestly risking injury. I believe one of the girls got hurt from that video. And honestly, I'm surprised that all of them didn't get hurt. I mean, it's just really, really unsafe, and it's important for the kids to know that that's not the way it's supposed to happen. And if all the coaches are being trained properly and being supervised, you know, coaches in their 20s, you know, are fantastic, but there should be someone, a mature adult, keeping an eye on all of our coaches, especially when they're in a first-time environment where this is the first time they're in charge. There should be some extra oversight because a lot of us have been doing this a long time. I'm at the gym every day overseeing all my coaches who are fantastic, but I make sure things are done the way that I want them, in a nice, safe, slow way.
I think universally we all look at that video and we think the coach and the others should have known better, and hopefully there'll be repercussions from this. Jesse Leone with us live in Rockville tonight. Jesse, thanks so much for coming on Off Script.
Hey, thank you so much.
No problem.